Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and the Mixed Media Frenzy, where we all take the same sketch or layout and use it as inspiration to create our own. And this is the one we're using today. It's absolutely beautiful, all grungy and everything. I'm going to sort of kind of do it. It's going to be close, sort of kind of, and I'm going to use it as inspiration. I am going to do monochromatic. I am going to have a baby in the photo. Well, two people actually, parts of. And I'll have tags and mixed media on the background. However, I'm going to use the colors blues and teals instead of the browns and blacks. And the first thing I'm going to use is my Vicky Bouton stencil, and I was planning on using the word laugh, only I didn't pay attention to what was below it, so it says girl, so I will have to cover it up with my modeling paste, the word girl, not the word laugh, so I can get rid of it, because I'm not going to have a girl in my layout, so I wanted to camouflage it. That's the word. I am using my Echo Park plus sign stencil, and I wanted to do the one below the laugh first, just so I could make sure I got the girl covered up. And I started to put that stuff on there and realized I need to move over a tiny bit. So I was actually covering up letters. Instead, I was covering up spaces if I didn't. And I wanted to make sure some showed. I was trying to think how big my photo is, which is bigger than the one in the sketch layout, of course. And I did trim it down a little bit. I didn't want to do the top or side, so my little tiny bit is just off the bottom. And I'm going to do the smooshing technique to get some more color on my layout. I know all of it's not going to show, but I did not know how much I was going to cover. I knew I was putting tags on, but I didn't know how much room they would take up. And so I'm putting it on there, and then I will decide in a little bit, I think, to put a little bit more on. Not a whole lot, just a little bit more. I pulled out my mixed media rubber cling stamp set, and it has all kinds of shapes and goodies on there. And sometimes I use just my hand, but I wanted to put several on here, and I thought, oh, I don't want a whole lot of ink on me. However, I'm going to end up with ink all over me anyway, so that wasn't a good idea. Unless I dig out a different block. Maybe it's the block. I don't know. It didn't cover the whole space. So, yeah, it wasn't quite long enough for a couple of the stamps that I picked out. But when I had it pictured in my mind, I had smaller stamps picked out. But I'm going to be using probably 5 or 6 different ones, because I like more, so I kept pulling them out. I already picked out the colors that I was going to be using for the papers, so I decided I needed this close to my heart outdoor denim ink, so I could have some darker blue on there, because I do have some darker blue cardstock. Now that paper and cardstock I'm using is super thin. They're super old. So that was back when they were thinner, but they were the colors I was wanting, so I pulled them out. I am not going to do any gutting because of that. Well, I did on the dark blue because, yeah, it is a little bit thicker. But the other 3 things, no. I'm just going to go ahead and use them. They were scraps anyway. That one I'm tearing right now, it is a corrugated piece of teal, and the inside's white, but I wanted it to look blue. I didn't want the white, actually, so I am inking the edges, and then I'm going to decide to throw some ink on top of the corrugated part too. Not completely, just here and there, just so the ink can show up here and there as actually being on there. And look at me. I remembered the thread, and I decided I needed some glue on my picture so I could just lay it right down on top of the thread. Then I thought, well, I need more than one bundle, wad of it, or whatever it is. So I put another one there, and then I'm just going to lay the glue right on top of it. And I had a plan to put a third one coming out between the 2 tags up there at the top, so I'd have 3. But you will notice in the video that I never thought of it till I was editing the video. So it does not have a third wad of thread there. I do like it, even though I am calling it wad, I do like it. The papers, I went ahead and embossed them, and the darker blue looking one has swirls on it, and then the lighter blue one has dots. And I think the darker blue one, no, I think both of them are Debris. I think so. And like I said, I didn't bother gutting. I wanted that to come out at the bottom, and how much gutting could I get out of that? And then the other one, I just decided to go ahead and leave it too. I am going to make a dark blue one, and I took my Creative Memories circle cutter and rounded the top just to have something a little bit different on it. And I'm going to punch the hole in it and use it just like a tag that way. Oh, and since it does remind me of the old inventory tags that I'd seen before, I'm putting that little strip on top. I guess it's to help reinforce it more, and then put my twine in. And the funny thing is, I didn't even think not one time to emboss the dark blue paper until now. I just now thought of it. But yeah, I could have embossed it too. I've got plenty of embossing folders. I could have had a whole new pattern. Now, I'm going to put my title on this embossed, that's the bigger and the smaller dots paper. Yeah, and that stuff don't stick really good anyway, but I did put glue under it. So I don't know how well it's going to stay on the emboss because, you can't put glue everywhere. But so far it stayed. The Y moved a little bit, but everything else seems stuck. But don't know how long that's going to be. But while I'm doing all this stuff, I'm going to talk about my photo. That is Malachi, isn't he the sweetest little thing? And they were, at a wedding and reception and stuff. And my daughter-in-law took this picture. She's, of course, sitting right next to him. So it's a pretty close-up picture. But my son was giving him a kiss on the noggin. And so she snapped a shot. And I thought, that is just the sweetest photo. The layout, when I first seen it, several weeks back, I thought, oh, that's so cute. I'm going to do the grunge look with the brown and everything, I probably won't have a baby on it, but that was my thought. However, as soon as I seen this picture, I thought, oh, I got to scrapbook it this week. So I printed it right then. I mean, by the time they sent it to me on my phone, I had it printed in less than a minute. I mean, it was so quick. And then I thought about doing the mixed media layout and thought, I'm going to use it for that instead of using it for something on Sunday. So yeah, it made it on this layout, and I just couldn't do the black and white photo. His eyes just look so blue in his shirt and everything. It's got to stay in color. I like it in color, and I'm not going to change it. So that's why my background and everything else is not the browns and the I think there's a tiny bit of green on there and black and orange. But yeah, theirs was pretty close to being monochromatic. At first glance, you think it is, but then you look closer. Well, it's patina is what's on there that makes the colors that are there, they're all rusted and turning green and everything else. And so they put a lot of work in that layout. And I was really looking forward to doing it that way. I might have to do another layout, but I had to do this photo instead. I'm pulling out these chipboard stickers, and they're from Freckled Fawn. And what's printed on them is Say Cheese, because he is getting his picture taken. Simple Pleasures, because yeah, babies are such a sweet, simple pleasure, just holding them in your arms and giving them a kiss every now and then. And then the last one, well, my title's Daddy's Boy. And then, so I put wait, what, with a question mark, because, everybody in the household tries to say that he's their boy, including Daddy. So yeah, I had to put that on there. So when he sees it, because I am making this for his album, he's going to be saying, what? What'd you put that on there for? But I couldn't resist. You know how it is. You got it right there in front of you. and it fits. My little flare, it's square instead of round, and it says you are one in a million. And I know I've had that a long time, maybe 6 years, but it's super cute. And it's finally getting used on my layout. And I used a paper clip that was a camera and also a paper clip that's an arrow. And then I put my twine through there, and yeah, that'll be it. That's my layout. And the enamel dots is the last thing I think I'm putting on there. But while I'm doing that, I want to mention that down there below are the other gals that are doing the Mixed Media Frenzy this week. So you need to go check out and see what they did with the same layout that I used as inspiration, and see if they stuck to the same colors that were in the original, or if they, like me, picked a whole new color, which totally changes the look, in my opinion. But yeah, it was a fun layout to create, and I got to look at Malachi the whole time too. Yeah, he's such a sweetheart. And yeah, that's it. And is it next week? No, I think it's the week after that we have the big hop. I think it's the week after. See, that 1D wants to be contrary and not stick. But I looked real quick. I turned the video off for a second, and I looked, and it's the 25th that we're going to have the big hop, and invite all our friends to join. So if you'd like to join, just go to the Facebook group, which we'll have the link down there below, and join and just sign up. There will be the sign up sheet, and you will see what the layout's going to be that we're going to scrap lift that week. And it's a little grungy. Yeah, so you might like it and won't be able to resist joining in on the hop. Of course, you can just post your picture in there too. You don't actually have to do the hop. But that's it. That's my layout. If you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.